Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are feeling good. My name is Bukomi Bikekran. So guys, I'm here with my guest.
My name is Obugatuluchi. Super excited to be here again, guys.
Alright, so we're going to be checking out a video together titled I don't see any logic why men are allowed to marry more than one woman. Ask Sister last me, but it's Zakir that is going to answer this question. So let's watch, guys.
My name is Lakshmi. I'm a journalist. Now, the second question is, Muslim men are allowed to marry 4-5 times, I think, and they don't require their wife's permission, the first wife's permission to marry, correct me if I'm wrong, to marry more number of times. So I actually don't see any logic in this because I believe it's one man, one woman. That's the institution of marriage. So please clarify. Thank you.
Coming to your second question. In Islam, men marry 4 times, 5 times, and they don't ask permission from the first 5. Why? As far as polygyny is concerned, a man having more than one wife, Islam is the only religion, and Quran is the only religious scripture on the face of the earth which says marry only one. There is no religious scripture besides the Quran. I'm a student of comparative religion, which says marry only one. There is no verse in the Bible, no verse in the Bhagavad Gita, no verse in the Veda which says marry only one except the Quran. If you read the Hindu scriptures in Ramayana, the father of Sri Ram, how many wives did he have? How many wives?
More than one?
More than one. 3 wives. Fine. Shri Krishna, according to Mahabharata, how many wives he had?
Unlimited.
Not unlimited. You don't know your scripture well.
No.
Did he have 4 wives? No.
I have no idea.
Not 4, not 100, not 1,000, 16,108 wives.
Oh!
How many wives he had? 16,108. So why can't we Muslims have 4? What's the problem? When Shri Krishna can have 16,108 wives, why can't we have 4? Further, if you read the Vishnu Purana, chapter number 24, verse number 1, it says a Brahmin can have up to 4 wives. If you read the Jewish scriptures, it gives you permission to have as many wives as you wish. If you read the Christian Bible, it gives you permission to have as many wives as you wish. If you read the Bible, Abraham had 3 wives. Solomon, how many wives he had? He had 700 wives. It is later on, the church has put a ban that Christians should marry only one, not the Bible. It is the Jewish community married more than one wife. It was in 1950 that chief rabbi passed a synod that Jews should marry only one. So it is the rabbi, not the Jewish scriptures. And according to Hindu scriptures, you can marry as many as you wish. It is the Indian government in 1954 passed a law called the Hindu Special Marriage Act. Hindu Special Marriage Act, which says Hindus should marry only one. It is not the religious scripture. It is not Bhagavad Gita. It is not Ramayana. It is not Mahabharata. It is not Veda. It is the Indian Penal Code. The Indian government, which has passed a law in 1954 that Hindus should marry only one. But according to the statistics of the status of the women in Islam, if you read the government documents on page number 66, 67, it says that Muslims do polygamous marriages. You know what is the percentage in India? 4.3%. How much? In India, 4.3% of the Muslim men do polygamous marriages. A statistic between 1951 to 1961. Hindus, how many? 5.06. 0.7% more than the Muslims in India. According to the Indian government, even though it is prohibited according to the Indian law, yet they do more polygamous marriages than the Muslims. Why? Now, let's analyze what does the Quran say. Quran says in Surah Nisa, chapter 4, verse number 3, marry women of your choice in 2s, 3s or 4s. But if you can't do justice, marry only one. This statement, marry only one, is only given in the Quran and no other religious scripture. It says, marry a woman of your choice in twos, threes or fours. But if you can't do justice, marry only one. So if you want to marry more than one woman, one of the criteria of the Quran is you should do justice. If you can't do justice, you should marry only one. Now, what are the reasons, logical reasons a person can think that why has Islam permitted certain men to have more than one wife? Many non-Muslims think it is fard, it is compulsory for a Muslim man to have more than one woman, to have more than one wife. It's not compulsory, it's optional. It's not fard, it's not compulsory. How many Muslim men do you know who have more than one wife? How many do you know, sister? How many do you know?
A few.
How many?
A few
Few
again.
means 1, 2, 3, how many?
Yeah, at least about 3.
About 3. Have you heard of Dharminder?
Yeah.
How many wives he has?
2.
Muslim or non-Muslim?
Non-Muslim.
Non-Muslim. Your previous chief minister, what's the name?
Jayalalitha.
Yes. Hindu or Muslim? Hindu or Muslim?
Hindu.
Hindu, fine. Now these are famous personalities. Fine. How many famous personalities you know in India who have got more than one wife? The 3 you know may be locality, fine?
Yeah.
Local, maybe friend in your neighborhood, maybe your colleague. In India, there are more non-Muslims having more than one wife than the Muslims. Now let us understand what are the logical reasons. Come back to logic now. Now, by nature, if you ask any medical doctor, he will tell you, male and female are born in equal proportion. Girls and boys are born in equal proportion. But any medical doctor, any pediatrician, any children doctor will tell you that the female sex, the female child is stronger than the male child. That's the reason there are more deaths in the male children as compared to female children. So in children's age itself, the female children are much more than the male children. As life goes on, there are people dying due to accidents, due to alcoholism, due to war. There are more males dying as compared to females. Today, if you analyze in the world, there are more females in the world as compared to males. There are few third world countries like India where the male population is more than the female population. And do you know why? The reason is because of female feticide and female infanticide. According to an article, a program which came on BBC by the name Let Her Die, the program was assignment. There was a British reporter by the name of Emily Buchanan. She comes to India and she says that every year in India, more than 1 million fetuses are being aborted after they identified that they're females. She says more than 3,000 every day. You multiply, more than 1 million every year. According to the Tamil Nadu government hospital report, she gives the statistics, out of 10 female born alive, do you know how many are put to death? 4. Sister, did you know that? Tamil Nadu, your state, your beloved state, according to the government statistics, out of 10 females born alive in the government hospital, 4 are put to death. There are billboards put in Rajasthan and here, which says that spend 500 rupees and save 500,000 rupees. You know what does it indicate? Spend 500 rupees, do ultrasonography, do amniocentesis, identify the child you're carrying is a female, abort her, and save 5 lakh rupees, 500,000 rupees. Maybe a couple of 100,000 upbringing her, and the remaining 100,000 in dowry. If you stop this evil practice in India, our beloved country, stop the female infanticide, stop the female feticide. Even in India, the population of female will be more than the male population. If you see the rest of the world, if you see New York alone, there are 1 million females more than males. In USA alone, there are 7.8 million females more than males. In UK alone, there are 4 million females more than males. In Germany alone, there are 5 million females more than males. In Russia alone, there are 9 million females more than males. And God alone knows how many millions of females are more than males throughout the world. Suppose I agree with your philosophy, sister. You said, one man, one woman. If I agree with you, sister. with your philosophy. One man, one woman. And suppose my sister happens to be in America, or your sister happens to live in America. And suppose the market is saturated. One man, one woman, saturated. Yet there will be 7.8 million females who will not find life partners. One man, one woman. Now the option for these 7.8 million females is either marry a man who already has a wife or become public property. You say, Dr. Zakir, Naik, public property, such a harsh word. Sister, it is the most sophisticated word I can use. I cannot use a more sophisticated word than public property. According to the States of America, do you know, on an average, a man, before he settles down with a wife, he has 8 different sexual partners. Do you know that? On average, 8. Some may have 1, some may have 10, some may have 28 sexual partners before he settles down with one. So the only option remaining, so if my sister happens to live in America, or if your sister happens to live in America, and the option is given to her, and suppose the market is saturated, every man has found a woman for himself. And unfortunately, if my sister, or if your sister happens to be one of the women who has not found a life partner, the only option for them is either marry a man who already has a wife or become public property. Any modest woman would opt for the first. Sister, what would you opt for your sister? Marrying a man who already has a wife or become public property?
My sister's too young to be married, so
When she grows up and if she happens to go to America, or if you happen to be in America,
her choice.
what would you prefer for her? You're the elder sister. Would you prefer her becoming public property or marry a man who already has a wife and get equal rights? In Islam, if you have a second wife, you give equal rights. In America, the public property has got no rights. She's degraded. She's dishonored. In Islam, she has an equal right. She gets honor. What would you prefer for a younger sister when she grows up? Sometimes it's difficult to speak the truth, sister, correct? Especially in front of such a large audience. Anyway, I've got your answer, sister.
Thank you.
And your silence speaks for that. So that's the reason in Islam, sister, men have been allowed to marry more than one wife is to protect the woman, not to degrade her. Regarding a question, is it compulsory that the husband should take the permission of the wife? It's not compulsory because if she wants to protect, if that man wants to protect another woman, a normal woman, I agree with you, sister, no woman under normal circumstances would like to share the husband. You have to agree. This is human nature. But if the woman is a good Muslimah, is a good Muslim woman, what she says, let a small loss take place to prevent a big loss. She will say, I know sharing my husband is a loss for me, but I would prefer letting a small loss take place for me to prevent my sister becoming public property. She's a good human being. So she would surely give permission to the husband to marry a second woman if she's a good Muslim woman.
Oh.
But taking permission is not fard, it is preferable. But at least informing is a requirement so that he does justice between the two wives. Hope that answers the question, sister.
Thank you.
Nah. This thing only favors the men. It only favors them, seriously, guys. Let me talk about the compulsory. Yes, if you have one wife and you want to have more wives, like respect. The fact that you respect her, you should tell her so that she can be prepared. Not you going to one village, paying someone's bride price, and all of a sudden, my wife. This is your one wife, oh, this is your second wife, oh. It doesn't actually make sense. Just put her in your shoe. Assuming you are the woman in this sense, and you're not a man, I'm the man, and I bring another woman. Will you like it? This thing is only favoring the guys because you are not in our shoes. Just think of it. If you want to marry more than one wife, let your wife know. Because when you let her know, I know it will be hard for her to take it. But as long as she loves and respects you, she will not have choice. Some women do it because of, what will the society say if I don't allow him to do it? I don't want them to say, I'm a bad woman, this, and that. But see, there's a choice. There's nothing like public government property or public property. There's nothing like that. See, Me, I believe that if you have that faith that you get one man and that man will not marry another wife apart from you, you will get it.
Yeah.
When he was asking her that, oh, your sister, younger sister, will you allow her to? No, there's 3 options there. Oh. Will you allow her to marry a man that will stick to only her, or a man that wants to marry more than one wife, or the public property? That's how you're supposed to put it. Because that one is partiality. He's being partial. Because there are a lot of men out there that they stick to one. I know he's trying to say that the population are more, female population are more than male, but everybody have their own prayer point, right? Just keep praying that God, I just want like me, I cannot marry a man that will marry more than one wife. It's only me. That one is better we should not even marry. Seriously, this thing is not about Bible, Quran, whatever. If that should happen, it's better for me to just separate. I don't want to care about what society want to say. I don't care. Seriously, I don't care about what, because I can't come. Do you know what the kind of stress and headache you go through? Staying in the same house with more than you alone, you are a problem in the house. The way they worry your husband, the husband will bring another problem join. Both of you will be disturbing your husband. Both of you will be fighting each other. The wives will be fighting each other. How do you cope? Like, he made mention of one man in the Quran that married, is this 17,000?
I think in the Hindu scriptures.
Okay, in the Hindu
16,700.
And 16,000. Like, how did they survive? Like, because women will have wahala. Because everybody will say, hey, there will be fights, there will be quarrel. How did they survive? How did they deal with the equality that, okay, I'm giving all of them so equal rights when it comes to money, when it comes to love, when it comes to affection and everything? How did they do it? Like, that one not die now. I'm sure that man will actually become leaner, because that thing is not easy.
What I think he was referring when he talked about either getting married or becoming public property, he was saying, assuming every single man on earth or in America has gotten a wife. If they say, okay, one man, one wife.
One wife.
Now the rest of them, you happen to fall under that remaining one that doesn't have any husband. So like, just have in mind every single person, every single man that place.
Then I will not marry.
So what will you do? You become...
Yes, I'll become Reverend Sister. Yes. I'll become a baby mama.
No, but the same thing. You said, why instead of becoming...
I will not marry. I'm not staying in one house with how many women? Because I want to... Hey, I want to live long.
You're becoming a baby mama. You're
I want to live... It's better, but I will I will give birth to one child for a man, but we will not marry. But the child
man also has a wife.
Yes, but I will not allow you to marry me to your house.
He has cheated outside marriage. He has seen you.
Yes. That is because you said,
then if you want another child again, you look for another man.
The reason why I chose that, when you said if it's equal, in the sense that there's no other man on this world,
why not get married?
That's the only option. But if there is option, I'll better not, marry.
So why not give birth for the man you're trying to?
No, I cannot say. I like polygamous home. Like, I'm not trying to bring anybody down, but me, I want my peace of mind.
Well, even apart from Islam or Christianity, even in the African traditional religion, normally it is normal for men to take more than one wife. Yes, the normal African traditional religion, which was being practiced before Islam or Christianity came in.
But thank God things change.
Yeah, so
thank God they change. But put yourself in our shoes. As you're a lady, will you like it?
Can't put
no, you guys have to reason with us.
We are reasoning with you, but the fact is that we cannot put yourself in our shoes because we don't understand. We are built differently.
No.
But yeah, instead of the man should go and be doing it outside, you won't even know. Why not him bring the person home? Like, a lot of reasons why the man would want another wife. Probably he treats everybody equally. The thing is they said, if you know there should be justice, if the way you're treating the first wife should be you should treat all of them equally. But normally we know we are human beings. And
you have your favorite.
Yeah, so
know how you have your favorite.
Yeah, somebody that knows what to do that makes you happy. Instead of two of them, like 3 of you are from different backgrounds, different families. Now the one that is able to crack you, to crack your code, you know where to press, the buttons to press.
Yeah, Momo button.
Yeah, probably you like the way there's this kind of ingredients when they put
she
inside
knows your
the soup.
weakness very well. Like,
know?
she know how to get you anyway in the bedroom, all this kind of thing. There's no way you have a favorite.
Yeah,
so you can't treat all of them equal.
And if me as a lady, I know what I'm doing and I see it is working and you're getting my attention, do you think I will tell the other person this is what I do? No, because I want you to be giving me that attention. Probably there's one ingredient I put in the soup that makes it extra sweet or gives you this kind of taste. Or, the way you like it. So no matter how that person cooks it, as far as it's not cracked that other ingredient, it won't taste like that. So definitely, you want to make that one that is giving you that thing that makes you happy.
But I love the woman's expression. Like, she can't decide for her sister. And to her, what she has in her mind, she still has in her mind. Even though Naik have explained everything, what she has in her mind is what she just want to know why. And the permission, you have to take permission. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, definitely. With our world
You
right
have
now,
to,
it's
you
not
have to let your wife know.
When the husband do things. You see, that thing didn't even favor anybody. Back then, we Igbos, we have this kind of system. We don't really say our wife most of the time. I know our next of kin. We actually tell our brothers rather than our wives. So even most of them, they had properties in so many places that when they died, they couldn't even recover those things because their wives didn't know about
it. You see?
They do other things. They have accounts without carrying their wives along. So it affected a lot of families. Many families were ruined. Many families lost properties when the husband was no more. Businesses, because nobody know how to run the business.
They don't know the password. Nothing.
So everything is just gone, and
wealth
were lost. So one, respecting your wife, you should be able to communicate. This is what I want to do.
Let her know.
She might not be support of it also, but at least she's aware. Not by the time you've already made every arrangement and probably 2 weeks to this year saying, I'm going to get married and our wife.
Some will even shock you. They will have paid the price, but just bring a person. I've married her.
So those things cause fractions and breakdowns in the home. So everything's about communication. When you're able to communicate with your wife and before you take a particular step where it's going to affect everybody in the family.
Is very important.
Then yes, you should be able to inform your partner. Yeah,
it's really good. Well, I really understand Zakir Naik's point of view. Yes, because when he made an example that females are more than male, but it depends on everybody's taste. Another man's meat is another man's poison. Some people might like it. I'm just talking based on what I'm saying is that no matter how this life tough, rich, no matter how they talk, say men scarce. I know that one man is for me. And when we marry, no other woman in my house. That is my own. I'm not speaking against anybody. I'm not putting anybody down. But I'm just being real. I'm just talking out of mind. Like, I'm being honest here. That's what I like. So I like the woman's expression all through the whole thing. So guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more likes, share, and comments. I'll be dropping Uche's channel link in the description box for more reaction videos. We'll see you in the next one.